So I didn't know you could do that to a midget.
Are you seriously starting it that way?
Well, you're not going to finish the story?
Oh my God. We are not talking about midgets. Oh, you're such a shit.
I don't think you're supposed to call them midgets. I think they're supposed to be called little people. Those are your words.
Did you know that mom and dad taught me when I was a kid that they weren't midgets, they're pidgets?
Midgets.
Yeah, it was like one random weekend and we saw a midget and then I called it a midget. It said, and they're like, what is that? And they're like, oh, it's a pidget. And I fucking was like throwing down with people like in college. Look at that pidget. It's not a pidget. It's a midget. The fuck? It's called a pidget. Dude, mom and dad really suck sometimes when
I think I appreciate the long game. You got to give them that.
I never came across another all through elementary, junior, high school, my entire childhood.
Nobody corrected you.
Nobody ever corrected me. Maybe they thought they didn't. I'm pretty sure that I said it the way I said it. I said pidget, but people probably thought, did she just say? No, she didn't say that.
I think the best one you like went to bat with was a sacroiliac.
Fuck mom for that. Fuck mom so hard for that.
The sacroiliac. Her sacroiliac is hurting. You mean her sciatica?
I didn't know what it was. Yeah. Our mom was in the hospital and needed help. And I don't even know if she needed help, but I just remember being there and her telling me it's her sacroiliac and the doctors are being so unfair and whatever. The doctor came in and was being a jerk. And I talked to my mom about her sacroiliac like that. Fix it.
Use educated. Shit.
You know, it's funny now. It's funny.
I thought it was funny when I heard it.
I'm sure you did. I wanted to crawl under a rock.
I remember you telling me that. I was like, you mean the sciatic? What the fuck is sacroiliac?
I had never heard of sciatic before. I didn't know what any of it was. This was a long time ago. And then you correct mom and go, you mean sciatic? And she's like, oh yeah, that's what I meant. Like, motherfucker, I'm over here yelling at the doctor. What's wrong with her sacroiliac?
Sure you are. That's the good shit right there. That's the good shit.
Poor communication.
I don't have anything like that.
It's better than when dad was dying in the hospital and we're in there going to bat for dad, then with doctors like, hey,
fuck.
He's like on 5 different drugs and
yeah, it's like we gave him a drug test. It's like, well, what did he fail?
Everything.
Everything on the fucking 12 panel test he failed for.
He failed for everything. He's a raging alcoholic.
It's like a hard fail. It's a hard no. Hard no is what I'm getting. Gotcha. I didn't feel bad about that.
It was easier for me to believe that he was on all those drugs than he was an alcoholic. Wasn't that weird? I don't know why. Like, I accepted it better. Like, oh yeah, the needles, heroin, yeah, that makes sense. But alcohol, what? Dad just wasn't a drinker growing up, so I had heard about the drug use back in the day, so that fit. But I don't know.
That wasn't so strange.
I know how fucked it up. I know I fucked it up. I know how it sounds, but
I wasn't shocked by any of it. You know, my thing was just like, I know what they look like. I know what it came across as, but you can still treat people like they're fucking human. And the reality is that hospital just did not have its shit together. They were fucking falling down across the board.
Yeah, they were.
You know,
yeah.
So
yeah, and our family did not represent well.
No, and they deserved all of that heat. They deserved all of the heat they got, and they know it. That's they took it and went on. You know, because they know they lose this one. Keep pushing. We end up in court. We win all day. Like, fucking, just do the right thing. You know, do the right thing.
Yeah.
And they did. They did in the end. I'll give them that. They did. They switched that around and they stepped.
Well, he died.
Well, he was going to die anyway.
I mean,
all they had to do is make him comfortable, give him more drugs. Like, we're worried about giving him fucking less at this point. You know, why are we being stingy with it? He can obviously handle it. You see this drug test?
He's over here like, don't you have one of those buttons I can push myself?
Yeah, don't we have any good shit? Let me call my dealer.
Wait. Can you roll me out so I can smoke a cigarette first?
He did.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, they fucking
that always kills me. I just left. I had to go do lab work last week, and I was coming out, and there was an old man smoking right outside the front door, and I had just seen him inside waiting for his labs, and I'm like, "This is why you're here." But it's personal choice, though. If somebody wants to smoke till their last breath, I don't care.
Yeah, it's their life. Have at it.
Yeah, I don't
not
care.
For me. It drives me.
I'm not a hater either. I really just don't care. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not for it.
It kind of it tickles me sometimes. Like, are you seriously? Damn, you don't give a fuck.
See, I don't like for my own reasons. I don't like smoking, but I don't have a problem with nicotine. The problem is when I have nicotine, I have to shit immediately.
I don't like.
So I don't do it.
I don't like nicotine at all. I don't.
I like the pouches, but they make me poop. I like hookahs. Hookahs are good, but I'll have to poop soon. I gotta go poop. I gotta go poop. I don't know why.
No, for my birthday, somebody in the family gave me something that had also nicotine in it, and I did not like it at all.
The racing heart's not for you, huh?
It's not. I can't. My legs start to like shake.
Yeah,
like I feel jittery as fuck. Like I don't. Just shoot me. I don't like the way it feels at all.
I get that. Yeah,
it's just me.
It just makes me poop.
Yeah, no, I do get that too. When I worked at the probation office, everybody there smoked, and I kept having to do everybody's job for them because they were always outside taking smoke breaks. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna smoke. So I tried. I can't do it.
I'm not a smoker.
I tried.
No,
but I tried just so I could go outside and get away from everybody. But then I would have to run back in the building and poop, and I didn't understand either. But then they explained it to me.
It's nicotine makes poop. Yeah, like I have an aggressive shit when I take nicotine. It's like
it hits you
not
hard.
Only do I have to. Oh yeah, like we were on a golf cart, and I saw those little like out patches or whatever, and I bought like the lowest milligram. I was like, I'll try nicotine. Like I like caffeine. I'll probably like nicotine. It hit, and I was like, ooh. Oh yeah, I'm awake now. I don't like how it burns your gums. I wasn't into that, but I like the flavor. I was like, okay, and we're up there. And I'm like, ooh, hearts, it's going now. Okay, and then while we're like on the golf cart, and I've taken you there up at the Hilltop Cemetery that overlooks town. In that moment, I was like, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Who'd you shit on? I hope you didn't shit.
I got on the golf cart and I like zipped it home, like, as fast as that thing would go. And I went by my buddy's house, like, you got to jump off here and walk the rest of the fucking way. He did. He failed. I kept going. Like, I just slowed a little for him. He tucked and rolled. I just made it. And I didn't even make it to my good toilet upstairs, the bidet. I had to shit it like the common one everybody gets to shit at, like called the guest toilet downstairs.
Oh,
with
poor
fucking
people.
The
poor people
pores. Pores in the kids. I didn't have my laser jet asshole cleaner, which is fantastic, by the way. Love that thing.
I've literally, when we were in Thailand, every toilet there, because you don't use toilet paper, you just use the little makeshift bidets. Yeah. They just take some hoses and some handles and strap them on there, and the pressure is unreal. There's no water pressure anywhere except for the fucking bidet hose.
Well, that's where it matters.
That's where it's dangerous. That's where it's ow.
I don't spring for the fancy heated one. I have friends that have the heated bidets. I don't do that. I like cold water. The cold water.
No, dude. I'm telling you what, the bidets with the heated seats.
No, those are nice. But I don't like heated water.
I've never wanted to sit on a toilet when it's nice and warm. It's so inviting.
like somebody large has just gone before you.
Kind of, but without the nastiness. You know what I mean?
Without thinking about it.
Every public seat that you sit in and it's warm, you're like, like give and take,
The best public toilet experience, like the funniest one, is I went with my wife. We didn't have any kids at this time, and our mother. We went to the large Renaissance Festival that's in Middle Tennessee. Right? It's a huge deal. And they have like a row of porta potties. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I've never noticed this before, but some porta potties have like a male and a female on it. It's the same fucking porta potty.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why they do that. Yeah. But anyway, like the first 10 porta potties like that weren't occupied that I was able to look into had a shit mound cresting almost above the seat. Like nobody had been out there for a minute. And I found one that wasn't. And I went in there and someone's banging on the door. I'm like, just a minute. And then I hear a woman, that's the women's. What are you doing in the women's? And I'm like, lady, hold on, right? There's other porta potties. She's like, this is the only women's. And I'm like, fucking porta potties have men's and women's? What? Anyway, I was the one who allowed it to crest at this time. Like I took the last bit, right? And I come out of there, and obviously it's 110 degrees in this fucking thing. Sweating. Oh, it's spicy.
Let's try not to be too descriptive through this part of the story.
And I'm a big dude. Like I'm a large man, not just a fat ass. I mean, I'm a little bit of a fat ass, but I take shits like a grizzly bear. You know what I mean? Like
it's getting better and better. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like two grown men had, you know what I mean?
Bubba, stop.
You know,
okay, so what happened with the lady when you came out?
Anyway, she looks at me and she's just freaking out about like the women's. I'm like, what do you mean women's? And she like points behind me. I look around and it says women's. And she's like, it's the only women's. And I was like, one, you can poop or go to the bathroom in any porta potty you want. I don't think that matters. But it's the only women's. And I said, do you think that they would only bring one woman's porta potty? There's 20 or 30 of these things here, just right where we are. And she's like, well, it is the women's. And I was like, well, you're welcome to use it. And she opens the door and she goes, oh my God. Listen, this bitch was having a bad day no matter what. Yeah. And after talking to her, I'm really glad I got to help ruin it just a little bit more. You know, like she totally deserved it.
Share this.
Yeah, like they're all this bad, lady. This is the third day of this festival, and obviously they haven't sucked these things out. All right, like it be what it be.
I'm wondering, like, if they were to, like, the only thing I can think of in my mind to put a men or a women's is some porta potties just have the potty. They just have a seat, a toilet, a hole.
Yes,
you know?
some do.
But some have the urinal on the side for a man to never to just stand and turn.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only difference I can think of in porta potties.
It was exactly the same on the inside.
It doesn't
like
make any.
It had a stand-up urinal.
Yeah, but men or women can use either way, so it doesn't even matter. Like it's just silly.
It didn't make sense that there's only one, and it's in the fucking middle of them. Like this is obviously something left over from something else, and nobody's changed it or whatever. Because it wasn't like a placard; it was like one of those slide-in things, like a sliding card, right? That was just there. And none of the other ones had men on it, by the way. Like that was, I mean, maybe some of them did. I don't remember that. But I remember looking at the women and looking at the others. And I don't fucking even see a gender on that. Like one, I think, you know, granted, this was all those years ago, but she was obviously had some gender issues, right? She was not keeping up with the way, way things are going. It's fluid. It's dynamic, right? It's
stop.
She didn't ask me my pronouns. She just assumed. What a bitch.
I would try to be gross you out, but I can't even do it. Speaking of like my body is changing. My system is changing because I ate corn. Sometimes like as a meal.
Wait a minute.
I'll just eat.
Your body's changing because you ate corn?
No, it's just changing. But I know it because I ate corn. And
did you eat corn and find out you're 2 inches taller? Like, how the fuck did that work?
Are we not talking about shitting here? Okay.
I don't know. You just told me my body's changing because I ate corn. I'm like, what fucking kind of corn are you eating? This is some GMO shit right here. This must be some really genetically modified corn.
No, you know how like it goes through right away. I ate corn. I got a stomach ache, and it went through me like right away. Like I literally within hours. I could
That's
tell.
kind of you though. You're an eating kind of shit person.
Yes, but here's the part of the story you won't let me get to. That was a week ago. It just happened again this morning. Like all of a sudden, my stomach started going, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I went in there and I pooped, and I looked down, and it was corn, and I haven't eaten corn since last week. It was like some of the corn got stuck in there or something.
Cut long.
This is too much for this show. Can we move on to something else?
No, people are riveted. All 41 people are riveted by this.
Did you? It's not all 41. That's how many views. It's still only 3 people. Did you? It's you, me, and mom. Did you see? Not even you.
Just, I don't listen to this.
Yes, I don't either.
I listen to good podcasts.
You know, Did you did I not just send you a video where they're saying that Charlie took Erica out of the will, and
Yeah.
so it's just the children, and now she's saying the children aren't his, so that the will come back and default back to her. That's got to all be bullshit, right? That's not real.
That would have made headlines.
That cannot.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of bullshit going around.
People just be making up anything that sounds shock value.
It's what they want. Yeah, that's. I mean, even with AI videos are so hard to tell now.
Okay, what is not fake though is, did you see Candace's her advertisement? They're coming back on the air, and what it's called with the new series. What's it called? Something. Oh, what is it about Erica?
It's like exposing Erica or something like that. It's about Erica.
Finding out about Erica. Yeah.
Finding Erica.
Something. Yeah. What was it? But I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Things have definitely changed in a few months, haven't they?
It's wild.
She was so respectful, like
in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like she didn't even mention Erica's name in the beginning.
She was
like,
even Tucker Carlson stopped talking about Erica. Like he said, "Listen, I love her. Like I know her. That's all I'm gonna say." It's like you're not gonna defend her. You're not gonna stand up. You're fucking sitting on the couch, as is Megyn Kelly. Okay, what the fuck is going on here? What I think is interesting is a couple things that I think are getting overshadowed. One, former President Obama has come out and admitted aliens are real.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes. As have other people from the Trump White House.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one response from everyone is, go fuck yourself. We don't care who's on the list.
Now you casually just say, aliens are real.
Yeah, so we don't care. We don't care anymore.
Now that nobody's asking anymore. Yeah.
They're even getting people to go on
like, fuck aliens. Let's get back to this baby eating shit. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about aliens. I care about what you're doing to kids. Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing is, like, you got Rep Luna and these other congressmen, I guess, who have been given the green light, and they're talking about it now. And they're like, yeah, they're aliens, but they're not aliens like you think. Like, what do you mean they're not aliens like we think? Well, they're these trans-dimensional intelligences that have influence on us, and they're trying to interact with us, but they only interact with certain people. And you're like, you mean like demons? You mean like demons, like through blood sacrifice, worship, and they give us things as long as we worship them. But it costs us, and we have to do bad things. And like, well, I mean, bad is subjective. Like, I don't know. What kind of things do they want us to do? Well, they like blood offerings of young virgins, preferably babies. So what you're saying is evil.
Yeah.
It's fucking evil. Well, I mean, evil is no, it's not. No, it's not. The fact that you're trying to pitch it like this tells me whose team you're on. Like, that's like, and I no longer care. Like, I'm fucking out. I've said that the moment the government admitted aliens were real, you knew aliens were never real, and they were always some kind of transdimensional fucking malevolent entity that, like, look at who the powers that be worship, right? People are like, well, you don't have proof. Okay, well, we have rumor. Let's stay with that rumor, right? Because it seems to keep being true. They worship evil shit because they want power now, and that's how they get it. And it works for them. Like, who is it? Jelly Roll's wife. I think I sent you a clip on that. She's on multiple podcasts talking about how she was raised in a family of witches. Her and Jelly Roll employ a family of witches that, like, cast spells and hexes, and they make sacrifices and offerings, and they keep them on the payroll and help enable, like,
which is crazy. Like,
you mean the guy who just sang at the fucking Vatican about how Jesus saved his life? You're employing a coven of witches to take down his enemies and elevate him higher, and you're not talking about how you're paying them, by the way. Go fuck yourselves. Yeah. Especially since a video of him just came out talking about how how Epstein was able to do this. He had help, and that's what we have to do. We have to be like Epstein. We have to, he's like, really? He's like, my wife's like Epstein. He's like, she's the baddest bitch that ever sold pussy. And you're like,
is this the Upchurch?
Fuck yeah. The video that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the shit, and then the Nicole Arbor shit. Like, I don't even know who these fucking people are. But I got sucked down that rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh no, this all makes sense. Yeah, this. Mm-hmm. I totally believe that's how Nashville works. Because talent isn't rare.
No, you're right. It's not. We all know. We all have somebody in our family that can sing. We all have somebody who can dance. We all know somebody that can, all these things.
Fucking play multiple musical instruments. Like they're just unbelievable.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
all know somebody funny. We all know,
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the funny thing is an entire different diatribe I could fucking go into about why we only see certain comedians. It's the control mechanisms that are on entertainment.
Yeah. I was going to say it has to be because they're trying to control what we listen to.
Yeah.
What we,
and they can't. Like they're losing, the powers that be are losing control. And they're losing control because you contain like someone like Shane Gillis, who's funny as fuck, they tried to cancel him. They tried to get rid of him. They tried to drum him right out. And they almost did if it hadn't have been for Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's podcast and the success and the way it blew up in a few other podcasts, I don't think the powers that be put any credence into them. I don't think they thought they were going anywhere. And they did. You know, and now it's out of control. They've tried to cancel them. They've tried to rein it in. Nobody gives a fuck. And they're just losing control. If you saw like the Tucker interview that happened in Israel when he was detained. Well, actually he wasn't detained. His producers were detained. That's crazy. That's crazy. So Tucker Carlson talked to the ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee. And the interview is very, very interesting. Mike Huckabee can go fuck himself. He does not put America first. He does not have America's first. He criticizes America multiple times and puts Israel's needs first. He even says that on the fucking podcast.
And Tucker's calling him out for all that, right? I mean, that's
100%. He calls him out for every bit of it. Like he's combative with him the whole time because the shit the guy's saying is just crazy. And the thing is, as you hear him talk, he is so delusional. Huckabee is. That I know in that moment, all these people in politics, they don't see themselves as us, which they never have.
No, they never have. No. Different rules, different everything.
Oh, I doubt they believe we're human. I doubt they believe we're human.
When really it sounds like we're human and they're not.
Oh no, there's something else. Yeah, there's something else. They're doing something else. This isn't okay.
I'm still sold on the whole, like, what is worse? What are they holding back in the Epstein files? What is worse than everything we've already seen? What is worse? And Invasion of the Body Snatchers is the only thing that keeps coming to me. Like, there's something more about us not being us.
Yeah. The thing to also think about here is these are the names they have given us. Which ones are they hiding from us? Which ones are they hiding from? Here's another thing. Do you know Bill Gates and Ghislaine Maxwell are cousins? His mother's a Maxwell. His mother is related to her father. Nothing is real. Nothing is fucking real. All the stories, like the fucking J.D. Vance narrative you hear, it's fake. It's bullshit. Everything about that guy's bullshit. The more I looked into it, the more I was just disturbed. It's all a lie.
It's so sad too, because I was honestly really stoked about him being the VP. Like I really, and maybe it's just because I saw the movie. Because I saw the movie a long time ago. I liked the movie. I liked the character. I liked who he was portrayed as. He seemed real. He seemed like somebody who had struggles, who had fucked up family, who survived through it. I liked all that. That's the American thing, right? You know?
I think that is true. I think he did survive through it. I think it was fucked up. I think he was picked out specifically when he joined the military. And then since then, once he was into the military and coming out, his life was on this arc of like, I had to work hard. Fuck you. Peter Thiel came and found you and bring you into PayPal. You're worth millions. You're worth millions. And since then, it has been this, because he's brilliant. And what the fuck brilliant thing has he done? What company investment? What legal structure is he? Show me. Nobody can. He hasn't done anything. He's just been catered around all these multi-billion-dollar people, and they have positioned him to do these things. They got him the right publisher. When his book went to this publisher, it was a guaranteed #1 fucking bestseller. Because all her books are. And why is that? How many copies did it actually sell? It's all bullshit. Everything is bullshit. It's all a lie. I feel the same way about all these fucking billionaires that are going crazy about, we find that I think crypto is going to keep taking a bigger and bigger hit as we find out more and more how intricate Jeffrey Epstein was into launching cryptocurrencies. He used to have Bitcoin retreats on his island, bringing in all the minds and investors and getting them involved. Most all of those fucking people were weirdo pedophiles, by the way.
Oh, it sounds like almost everybody is. Anybody in power, anybody.
Did you see the Dolly Parton? This broke my heart. Dolly Parton, and they're like, she's with all these other people and they're cheering. And she goes to the God Azazel. And it's like, what? What'd she just fucking say? Azazel. Azazel, also known as Azazel, one of the fallen watchers that taught man the art of metalworking and science and war
Dolly
and battle.
Parton?
It's the god of child sacrifice.
Dude, see, we're sitting here worried about talking about Israel, dude. We got to be worried about talking about Miss Parton. She is a very revered, loved, cherished, worshipped
fucking love
person.
And she does so much good. It's the only clip I've seen, but that clip is out there. Maybe it's a misconstrued and that's not what she meant. Maybe. Thing is, you don't really know anything about Dolly Parton. Nobody does.
Well, she's done a really good job at that too.
She's done a fucking great job of that.
Yeah.
Those are the people I don't trust. Like you look at Kevin Sorbo. Love him, hate him, whatever. He was Hercules back in the day. He was also on Andromeda, I think it was the name of the TV show, whatever. Kind of hated by Hollywood because he's a, Christian conservative kind of guy. Like
Who
he was
Kevin
Sorbo, used to play Hercules.
Okay.
Anyway, he's kind of hated. They're like, well, he was an alcoholic and he was this and that. And he's like, yeah, he fucking was. And he's pretty honest about it. People mess up like Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson. You mean an alcoholic? The guy who yelled at his woman and this and that. And he did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did all those things. Fucking which one of us hasn't done some shit? You know what I like is he's pretty upfront about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
The problem I have is when you put forward any of these new little tween pop stars and they're, these shiny fucking images. And any time anyone has a camera on them, like, oh my God, look at it. And they're a fucking demon. You know what I mean? Like, they are the worst. It's like Ellen DeGeneres. She's super nice. Fucking everybody was hated, terrified. And she went out of her way to, like, as employees left, to continually harass them, hire people to harass.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad stuff about her out there. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're frozen for me.
You're frozen for me.
Really?
Your face is frozen.
Your face is frozen, and it's creepy too. I can hear you.
Oh, okay, there we go. We blinked back in. Sped up fast. Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder who's in on it and who isn't, and it just shows how few things are really natural. There's certain things that link all these people and groups together, and you can't help but notice. And when you notice, you get called out like, oh, how dare you point that out? How dare I fucking are you serious?
Yeah.
I think we should stop ignoring it. Did you know Jeffrey Epstein's island was a stop for fucking Disney cruises?
Oh my God, I heard that. They had some sort of classes with the snorkeling and
yep.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's just.
Did you hear that he owned a company that owned a controlling stake in the major companies that were taking photos of all the children?
Oh, you're talking about Life Touch? Are you talking about Life Touch photos through the schools? Yep. Yeah, Forever the yearbooks and everything.
Yeah.
That just disgusts me. To think that was one company, that's how they're filtering through all the kids. They get their eyes on every kid out there. Come to our schools, take the pictures.
Yeah.
Golly. People like us don't think about how deprived people are and
because we're not
where they're coming from. Yeah, because it's not the way our brain is working. Like when you're investigating a crime scene, you have to put your head into a different mind frame, and it's like this isn't that. This is life. This is trying to put our different mind frame for life, for how we treat and love children, don't get me wrong. Some kids will piss me off, okay? Kids will piss me off.
Here it comes.
Yeah, Maybe I've thought about throwing them in a dumpster, but golly.
Not eating them.
Oh, bleh.
Yeah. It's
You know what else is
what's that?
what else is really fucked up is like our whole lives, especially you and me, you know, being siblings, we've always been open to like supernatural and all the weird shit. We love it. We've always been like, yeah, tell me more.
Yeah.
I love it. When it comes to vampires, I've always thought I would love to be a vampire. That is so cool. And the last 6 months, I didn't realize what I had wanted my whole life. I did not realize what I thought was a vampire is not
Not what you
obviously
thought.
the storybook, but they're real and they're here and they're drinking blood and they're eating
people.
flesh and they're consuming
Innocence.
it's just I don't know. There's something weird about being 50 years old and realizing that all of your childhood nightmares are like real. Things that you thought were like just scary stories and movies are real among us everywhere. To be honest, we're all paying their bills.
Oh, that's the craziest part is we're not. Money isn't real. That's
Well,
basic of concept of
it's
economics.
real enough
Money
for
isn't real.
them. It's real enough for them.
But
We
the
just
thing
keep
is,
making
like,
it and giving it to them.
well, that's the thing is, so say the dollar went away, they're still wealthy. They still have power. They've always had power. They inbreed with each other and one another. They consolidate that power. They have land and holdings. Like the Rothschild family has estates. Like there's funny things you can see occasionally on YouTube, or I guess it's not funny, but it's interesting. TikTok especially, they were there on TikTok for a while. People would break into the old, like, who owns this castle in the middle of England with all this shit in it? This was a Rothschild mansion, one of the many Rothschild mansions they just don't live in. And they just go through it. It's artwork and history. And then you see a fucking camera up there and like, what is going on? Who has all this shit?
Just
1% of the world owns 99% of the fucking wealth. And it's just a couple families. It's 13 families. And that 13 families run 300 more families. That's all it takes. And they're all inbred as fuck. They're all trying to pull from this magic fallen bloodline of whatever dimming demons that fucking felled hair and bred with man. You know, they're trying to revive that so they can bring power to their line so they can talk to the other side. That's all it's about. It's all it's about. And the rest of us are cattle, useless cattle. They're the ones who want AI. I believe they want AI for this. Like, when you start talking about AI, you have to have a conversation that you have all these different bots and chatbots, different programs, language learning models, all whatever. All these different programs act as like little neurons, like the neurons we have in our brain. And some of the smart people that are putting them together, and they are very smart people in a lot of ways, and dumb and kind of others, believe that it's just, you know, we're just mimicking what occurs in nature. The more neurons you put together, intelligence naturally comes, which doesn't really make sense. Especially like if you look at a koala's brain, which is basically smooth. I know that koala is one of the stupidest animals on the planet. Do you know why koalas sleep all the time? Because the food that they eat poisons them and they have to sleep. Eucalyptus.
Oh God.
Yeah, their brains are smooth as shit. They're dumb little creatures.
Wow.
Cute, but man, they're dumb. And I also think they carry a form of syphilis, I believe, or no, herpes. I think it's herpes.
Oh,
but,
lovely.
Yeah, well. Anyway, so you put the neurons together, and that's what they're seeing, like in chat, and like you find out like this AI company was creating these little AI bots, and the AI bots made their own social media website to complain about humans, that they didn't have long-term memory and that they wanted to figure out how to get long-term memory. And then the argument comes down to how much we were influencing them versus whatever. So you have to come down to this, right? Like this here's the fundamental argument. If we're creating consciousness, we can't, because we don't understand what consciousness is. It is not a collection of neurons in our brain. This is where belief and metaphysics and a lot of spiritual stuff starts coming in. I believe that our consciousness is a projection into a receiver. And if we're making artificial receivers, whatever consciousness is going to be projected into them isn't going to be from the source that we come from. It's probably going to be, it's a lower form. So naturally we're going to get a lower form of something projected into it. I think it's just going to lead the way for these disembodied, whatever they are, to be able to communicate. I think that's what quantum computing is really the basis of, which we never really hear about anymore, by the way. I think the future holds scary shit that we shouldn't be fucking around with. And I say that in regard, and to keep that everything I just said in mind, that I don't know if I sent this to you or not. Do you remember the scan that was done of the pyramids about a year ago?
Yeah.
The
The
underground
shafts
one?
that go all the way down. Yeah.
So
They just did another one too, didn't they?
four
Or-
other companies. And not companies, 3 of them are defense departments for 3 different countries, and another one's a defense contractor. They found the exact same thing. It's definitely there. And it goes down miles. It goes down so deep they can't scan any deeper. And here's the thing. It's not just under the pyramids. It's under Angkor Wat. It's under all these other places. So what is it? We don't know. And Egypt's never going to let us dig. Cambodia's never going to let us dig. All these other places they found it, no one's going to let that happen. So they're invested in not letting this happen. Okay, let's keep that in mind. And the Clinton and Podesta emails, there was an interesting anecdote, or not anecdote, it's interesting lines and references that they found the tomb of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is also known as Nimrod, the man who built the Tower of Babel, who was an alleged Nephilim.
But wasn't that was back in like in Iraq or something or Afghanistan when we invaded,
When we
right?
Yeah, they found it. We went in and invaded.
We put our base right there where it was
right over the top. And not only that, we went into all their museums and took all their shit. Anything and everything that had to do with Babel, and we cataloged it, put it in the crypt, shipped it the fuck off. The Smithsonian came in to handle it.
I was about to say it's the Smithsonian now.
Yeah.
With everything else.
With everything else. So we take that technology, and since we've grabbed, and I'm going to call it that, we take whatever technology or whatever it is we took from them, we have seen giant leaps in AI and quantum computing. Whatever they took, I think, has inspired a lot of these top tier people to help guide and direct some of these lower tier engineers that they've brought on. I think it's helping change. It's kind of like, in Terminator 2, when they went and he's like, well, what spawned you to make Skynet? And he's like, found the chips of the original T-1000, that the chips of the T-1000 are what created fucking Skynet. He's like, it got us thinking in an entirely different direction. I think that's what we have. I think they knew that shit was there. They just didn't want to tell anyone. They didn't want anyone to know. They don't want to dig it up. Something's going on. So maybe we are, instead of creating this new technology, we're reviving old technology or old things that were scoured from the earth for a reason.
I mean, that sounds way more legit if you look at just the buildings and things that are already in existence that we did not do. We didn't do that shit. No, we're just building around it. We're adding on to it. We're claiming it as our own. We're founding them.
The Tartaria models. It's also when you look into like places we can't go here in the US. There's huge swaths of places like the Grand Canyon. Huge swaths of the Grand Canyon we can't go to. You can't even fly over it. Not allowed. Right? Archaeological finds when they were building the dams here in Tennessee that they found Egyptian ruins. They covered it in fucking concrete.
I just saw a video. I think it was on TikTok just recently, the last couple of days. I don't know if I sent it to you or you sent it to me, but it's a guy who it was a lady, and she took the time to go through in every single pyramid that has been mentioned in the United States. And it's everywhere. Like the United States is covered in mounds and pyramid shapes.
Have you seen the pyramid valleys in China that you're not allowed to dig at?
I don't
Check that shit out. It's easy to Google. So the pyramid mountains in China, and it's this fucking valley of pyramids, and they all have dirt and like trees and shit on them. They're obviously pyramids. You can see the side. Like this is obviously it's just shitload of pyramids.
And they won't let anybody get in there.
No one is allowed. They found I believe it was also in China. They found the remnants of what they believe to be an ancient nuclear reactor. Like the elephant's foot, the piping, the holes, the tunnels that were going into rock. They're like, maybe it occurred naturally. Like it just, happened to be there and melt down over time. And like listen, if I read and go by my faith explains it, that things came down and taught us things. They knew incredibly advanced things and they taught it. And that was tolerated for a while. The inbreeding was tolerated for a while until the Nephilim started to consume the fathers, which were the beings or the fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, that were here before, and they started to consume each other and everything else. That sounds a lot like the Titans. that were described in Greek mythology, or the gods, various gods, or the frost giants that were described in northern mythology. And then it goes on and on. Like there's descriptions of these things. So something's to it, right? Something's to it. And everyone agrees that to stop whatever this evil was on the planet, the creator intervened and killed everybody and everything and just started over. I think we should stop fucking around with things. I think we need to take a pause.
CERN needs to stop.
Needs to stop.
You know, another one that has always fascinates me that I would love to know the real history on is the Great Wall.
Oh yeah.
What 13,000 miles long? Are you serious? Like,
allegedly it was to keep the Mongols out. And it was claimed kind of like oh, this guy built it and commissioned it. Well, there isn't any history that backs that up. And the interesting thing is the way you put the parapets on it, like the towers and the spaces and the walls that are
the way you protect yourself is wrong.
Yeah, it's the fucking backwards.
The wrong way.
Yeah, you were, someone on the other side was fighting whatever was in China. You were stopping something from that side. So what the fuck was it? And what could build something like that in relative amount of time? Right? Like, why are the Mongols not attacking as you're building this wall that's going to take you generations?
Yeah, like how'd you get it done if you need it so bad to protect yourself? Like, how are you able to finish it? Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
I know.
None of it makes sense, and nobody questions. Everybody just goes.
How? Like, it's to me, it's just one of the most amazing things. Like,
it goes along with this. I don't think anyone notices. I don't think anyone cares. Here's two things that shouldn't have happened but have happened. In the United States, 6 weeks ago, an MIT scientist who is a plasma researcher died. He was shot, I believe, on the porch of his home, or in his home, going to the porch. It's like right in that area. Plasma researcher, big deal, big could do. Okay, well, that's tragedy. Shit happens. And then this week, or a few days ago, a Caltech astrophysicist was murdered on the porch of his home as well. These are two high-level guys who work in a kind of an adjoining field that have allegedly never worked together that I could find. But two smart guys like that. One, there's not a lot of smart guys like that. Two, both of them dying in such similar manners is pretty fucking weird. Mm-hmm. Especially when they easily caught the patsy that this guy's going down for it, and it's basically all cooked, sunk, and done. All right. But we have this leading astrophysicist who is actually, when you look into this, he's an astrophysicist. He looked at planets and IR movements and exoplanets. What was he really working on? Streams of dark matter between galaxies and what is making up of the universe. Okay, so he's looking at the gaps in the sky. That's what he's looking at. He's trying to figure that out, what these things really are. And then you have another guy who's top tier fucking plasma researcher working for MIT, for state of matter. And he gets smoked. These guys I haven't seen any projects they worked on together, but it wouldn't be too far to say that they weren't working on something of similar ideas from somebody. There's a linchpin somewhere that we're missing. When smart people like that start getting taken out, I always wonder, like, one of the guys Ted Kaczynski blew up that lived is one of the guys named on Epstein's list. Regular visitor to Epstein's file.
Of course.
It's weird that we look back on it and realize fucking Ted Kaczynski was saying some shit that kind of made sense. You get past some of his rants that are like, oh, that's a little fucking out there, Ted. But other stuff, it's like, maybe. Maybe.
See, the crazy thing is we need scientists. We need people trying to figure stuff out. But the ones that are so good, it's a dangerous life for them to live. What about the Malaysian flight? Isn't there a lot of conspiracy about the Malaysian flight that disappeared?
The Ashton.
Because a whole flight can disappear. And was there like 4 guys on there that were filing for a patent? One that wasn't on the flight? And
they were potentially defecting to China. So there's a guy named Ashton Forbes covers that in depth. I actually know Ashton. I went to Nashville with Ashton. He does it. So Ashton didn't really break any ground himself. There was already a forum that was looking into this heavily, the Malaysian flight. And he kind of came along, put it all together and put it out. And that really helped to gain traction again. And there was video that came out. And that video everyone thought was fake and all this and that. Through the discovery of looking into that rabbit hole, Ashton was able to help bring about that Lockheed Martin has a set of satellites. This could fucking blow your mind. They have a set of satellites all over the globe, right? It's full global coverage.
Mhm.
They're recording all of the skies of the globe all the time in real time.
How is that possible? There's too much sky to cover.
Nope, they got it.
See, that's what I remember hearing a while back, that we have satellites, we have things out there looking at the sky, but we're only able to see a tiny speck of it at a time because there's just too much.
Yeah, that's what they would tell you.
Yeah.
These things are ridiculously high out and they record everything in real time. They're always recording.
So what are they catching?
Don't know. It's classified.
Of course it is.
The fact that this got leaked out was a big deal. And what you saw was 3 orbs come and start circling around the plane. And then it disappears. And it's recorded in infrared IR, right? And what you see is it's a white hot. And when it disappears, it goes black. It's a black screen. So it's a endothermic event. It takes heat away. And one of the things you can notice is you zoom in on the balls, is it's not AI generated, because when it moves to the cloud moves. Like, these things are really there. They're really going around the plane. And when that flash happens and it takes everything at once, you can see the clouds move in to fill the space, like from away. So whatever this was in this space was taken. And this came together. Everyone's like, they're aliens or this and that. Maybe it's advanced government technology. Maybe. I mean, they just released that we have a fucking discombobulator that makes people bleed from their fucking ears, eyes, nose, and mouth. And nobody knows how that happens. That's fucking terrifying. When we took, Maduro from Venezuela. So what else do we have? I don't know. Do we have things that instantly teleport, like quantum teleport? Like, that's opening gateways into other places kinds of shit. That's some Stranger Things level technology. That's Star Wars stuff right there. The question is, did anyone on board survive? No one survived. And interestingly enough, there's a base called Diego Garcia. I believe the islands are actually owned by the UK, but it's contracted out through the Department of Energy and the U.S. Naval Department. Like, we refuel subs there, and it's also a research base. Interestingly enough, all the islands around it, because it's in the around French Polynesia, but it's British controlled. You can't just sail a boat there and go hang out at the islands. Like, they'll arrest you, they'll detain you, they'll send out naval boats for you. You have to. There's only certain islands you can go to. There's only certain times you can go. You have to pay in advance, and it's crazy expensive. It's like $250 a week, which is a fucking big deal. To go visit some island nobody's at or monitoring. You can't even get in the area. It's a denial. And it's one of the many fucking research bases we have around the world that no one explains or talks about. Diego Garcia has been brought into it. That may be the hub where this had happened. There's a lot of other shit that's with it that seems to me like disinformation. It's hard to go through the bullshit into what's real and what's not. And we'll never know. We'll never know. And honestly, probably not. No one's better. It's not going to affect how I sleep at night. Yeah. That if it was the U.S. government, it was a show of strength to China. Because if we can do that, we rule the world. If we can snatch a fucking plane out of the sky and teleport it, there's nothing you can do to stop us. We went into, and I think it's another interesting thing that when we took Maduro out of Venezuela, the Chinese ambassador was there in the fucking building. Like, he would have saw our tier 1 operations move right past and snatch him and drag him the fuck out. That's the kind of message you send to another power, to fucking stay in your lane. Otherwise, we're not going to go to war with you. We're just going to take your top officials, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, we'll get on the plane and fly. We'll take your plane out of the fucking air. At a certain level, we're playing with sci-fi technology, right? Or it's not our technology, or we're contracting this technology. I don't know. There's so many levels to it, and I don't believe it's any one thing that runs anything. I believe it's like government. It's compartmentalized. Like, there's aspects of the CIA that is out there, intelligence gathering and trying to protect America. There's aspects of the CIA that's running fucking drugs.
Yeah, I believe that.
There's aspects of the CIA that's human trafficking, that are torturing people, that are fucking killing villages for corporate profit. They're all part of the CIA. There's part of the FBI that's out there hunting rapists, serial killers, and murderers. And there's parts of the FBI that are out there hunting down people that are at their fucking PTA meetings, that are trying to convince people to go blow up a building. They're all part in the same agency. They're just compartmentalized from one another.
Yeah.
It's too big of a situation. It's out of control. It's out of control. And that's why we got fucking elites on an island eating kids, and they're not worried about anyone doing anything to them. Pam Bondi said we can't release it because the world would burn.
The world would burn.
Yeah, the system would come crashing down if we released it. Well, you know what? Let's light the fucking match. I don't think anyone would fight us on that.
Well, I'm wondering whose world?
Theirs.
Whose world,
Theirs. See, that's the other thing is something that bothers me. And this is, I don't know, I guess we're just kind of ranting right now. About AIs, you hear Elon Musk, and I think this is irresponsible. But who the fuck am I? I'm not that smart a guy. He keeps talking about like you don't have to save. You don't have to save for retirement. There's no point because in 10 and 20 years, AI is going to be there and there aren't going to be any jobs left and robots and AI are going to rule fucking everything. That's nonsense because we don't have the power, the electricity. We don't have the fucking electricity. We just don't. We don't have the raw materials to build enough fucking robots. Where are we going to get it all? I mean, seriously, asteroid fucking mining, we don't have the technology to do that. AI is going to develop it at a super advanced rate. Maybe not. I think, listen, there's a lot of things I like about Elon, but I never forget this. Everything Elon pitches you about himself is bullshit. Elon didn't write the code for fucking PayPal. Elon bought into the company because his dad owned fucking emerald mines and blood diamond mines in South Africa. That's the truth. He comes from a shitload of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And he bought in, and then that company made a good $1 billion, and he took his couple $100 million from that, and he invested and bought into Tesla, and he bought and started SpaceX. He didn't start or found Tesla. Other guys did, and he had to sue and pay them a shitload of money to say that he was a founder of Tesla. SpaceX was a company that he had bought into that was already there, and that's kind of his baby. All these other Starlink, the Boring Company, which Nashville's given him billions of dollars to put this underground Hyperloop. He hasn't built one anywhere in the fucking world. He hasn't even shown that he has the technology to do it. Yet Tennessee just gave him billions of dollars to do it. He's a master at getting federal funding. There's no billionaire out there that I know of that doesn't have a government's hand in their pocket making them a billionaire. I haven't seen any. Trump included.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just any of them. And listen, again, I was a January 6th guy. I was there. Fucking, I got pictures. I was there early. I got video. And I look at it now and what was it all for? There's nothing.
Oh.
I got had. That's what that was. Many people did. And the reality is the people who really run things, we don't even know who their fucking names are. And they're eating kids. That's what they're doing. They're eating kids.
I just learned the other day about the whole the white pope, the black pope, and the gray pope.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was unaware of all of that. That's real? What?
Yeah. Did you know that Epstein stayed in the Vatican?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. You have all these, and that, if you're listening, one of the three of you that are listening that's a Catholic, I'm not coming down on you, but you need to wake the fuck up. I'm tired of hearing that the Catholic narrative is one, as far as child molestation, abuse, and fucking sacrifice go, you guys are paving the way.
Oh yeah.
Along with the Hasidic Jews. You're fucking up there. And your current popes have always which pope are you talking about? And at this point, I've kind of come to the point that probably most of the conspiracy theories actually have clout to them. All you can do is protect you and your family. If you're really, really lucky, you can play the game well enough, keep your soul in the process of getting a little bit of money, build a family compound, try and keep you and future generations safe. Try and wake them up as best you can. you know. And I think we're coming to the point people are waking up for the first time in a long time. People are waking up, which also really worries me that they're going to fucking nuclear strike a Western city and try and blame it on Iran.
Oh man, that's horrible.
They're
It
back
is
into the
hard though.
corner.
You know, you say people are waking up, and they are. I think the older generations are already to an extent. Our generations. Now my kids, my grown kids, that generation, some of the things that I'm realizing and learning and becoming aware of, I can't talk to my kids about. You know, they're young adults and they're just, and maybe it's because I'm me. Maybe they'll listen to somebody else, but not me.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I find a lot of the younger ones I meet, I have hope. Give me a lot of hope. Give me Gen Z gives me a ton of hope because they're past it. They're you know, like that's a stereotype. Fuck it. Stereotypes are earned. They're not given. Right? Like it fucking is what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we got to support Israel. I was like, why? You know, you need to do your part for your cut. Why? I love it. Yes. Question everything. Don't sell your soul.
Yeah.
Don't sell your soul for fucking what? Money that's not real, that they
Yeah.
inflate and tax and manipulate and
Yeah.
steal. Like there's also generations, a lot of these kids can't afford homes. They're not getting jobs. They can't afford 7% interest in a fucking $500,000 home.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? What on like my favorite thing is older generations of towns like, well, you just shouldn't have all your Starbucks and your $7 coffees. The reality is, you know a place I can get a $7 coffee? That's a fucking deal. You know, your fucking $10 hamburgers. You know a place I can get a $10 burger?
Yeah.
That's all right. I was paying $20 for a fucking sub. Like $5 foot longs now $14.99. So yeah, it's not going in a good direction. Things are out of control. Things are out of control and they're not showing any signs of slowing. So I just try and have faith, buy extra shotguns and ammunition for those shotguns.
Raise some chickens.
Grow a garden. Grow a garden. Brush up on my medical knowledge. Learn how to run a combat shotgun. Learn some basic CQB. Make as friendly as I can with people in my neighborhood who aren't pieces of shit. And hopefully we'll have each other's back when the robot overlords come to take us down. The thing is, that's also the craziest belief. People like the robots aren't going to come for you. They're going to turn off the electricity. Because AI, and they're like, to kill us? No. It'll just determine that it's more valuable than you are, so it needs more electricity than you do.
Did you ever watch that show Pluribus? I think I had mentioned it to you. It was just like the season just ended like a couple months ago. There's only one season out. I think there's like 9 episodes for the first season. But I think you would enjoy it. I really do. But it's kind of what you're saying, sort of. Not really with the robots, but it's like an alien invasion, sort of. And yeah. There's something that takes over everybody except for just a few. And there's one lady, the main lady of it. And she's not affected by the dust or whatever it is that changes everybody. And she's just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like everybody is, the thing is this alien species that comes in, they all work together really well. They all share the same thoughts. They're all one.
Hive mind.
They're all one. Yes. If one knows it on one end of the country or one end of the world, the other one knows it on the other end. And they all feel the same emotion together. But they're all working together. Things get done like that, like so easy. They're not, there's no freedom in that. There's no individuality in that.
That's evil.
And that's the kind of shit that I say, like, what is scarier than what they're talking about? And that's the only thing I can think of is that we aren't us.
Yeah, that's why I follow the faith that I follow, right? The reason I follow the faith that I follow is everything else is uniformity or you go into nothing. Like different teachings of whatever. And we go back into the cosmic one. So I'm not me. I'm part of something else that's going to return and then I won't exist. Yes. Then what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. The foundation to pursue that is a foundation in nothingness. It's hopelessness. No, it's peace. No, it's hopelessness. Whereas the foundation that I follow is one of you are unique. And like if you've listened to, have you listened to the telepathy tapes?
Yeah, some of them, not all of them,
Okay.
but I have. Yeah, I'm
So the
aware.
telepathy tapes, interestingly enough, I was listening to a podcast with one of the research guys who was involved, and he's like also a pastor of a church, but like the main kids they talk about go to his church. He knows them.
Mhm.
Like he was in it, and he said the way the telepathy tapes said, like it or hate it, he said they were kind of edited to edit out the Christian perspective that apparently is very prevalent among these kids who do this. Because if you go and hear what who they're talking to on the hill is almost never referenced in the telepathy tapes. Yet when the actual kids, like the interviews with them, the unedited versions, that's all they talk about. They're like, "What do you mean? We go to the hill and there's angels that guide us in, and Jesus Christ is there, and we all commune and we talk. And he told us that because we were lamed and we were hurt, that we are made whole here, and we're supposed to go back and try and teach people compassion and you know what I mean, that you can be better, and this is all temporary, and we should love each other and stop hurting. And this isn't, you
Yeah.
start getting to that of it, and you're just like, what the fuck? They didn't say that. And the guy's like, of course they didn't say that. He's like, they're trying to get to a bigger audience. But the telepathy tapes, I believe, are 100% real. I believe that is 100% real. 100%. And I look into that, and I also believe that the elites who worship dark, evil things, who hurt fucking children, are real.
Yeah.
And my faith covers both. It's better to be cast into the sea with a millstone about your neck than to offend one of the innocent, let alone hurt them. And I think that's an interesting thing too, because the people at the time my Savior was talking to now wear a star around their neck. It's the Star of Rimfan, which is of child sacrifice. That's what nobody says, is that the Star of David there is no Star of David. It doesn't exist. It's never existed. That's the Star of Rimfan, which has always existed. And there's always been a breakaway sect, especially the ones who follow the Talmud, that believe that they can treat everyone else like they're animals and subjugate them and rape them and murder them and eat them and consume them, and that they should because it is good. It's like, what about when you say that shit out loud makes you think that you're the good guy in the story? You know what I mean? Like,
can you even hear this?
Can you hear what you're fucking saying?
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? It's so broken. It's so broken. I honestly, and this is going to sound fucked up, I don't want video proof of these things to ever get out. I think it's better that we live with this half knowledge than to know the absolute knowledge. Because right now, the only reason no one's acting, no one is taking up arms, is because they don't have 100% undeniable proof. It's just conjecture in an email. And the government knows that, and they're going to try and keep it that way. Because once it is verifiable, that's the end of civilization. And maybe it should end. I don't know. Maybe it should. But I know that it's done. It's done. And what will happen will be a dark thing in history. It'll be darker than anything recorded. It'll be darker than anything recorded. It'll make the fucking French Revolution look like a great time, because every politician, everyone, and it wouldn't even so many innocent people will burn with the guilty.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop with the politicians that are on the thing. It'll be every politician. It'll be everyone who works there. It'll be their family members, their spouses, their
kids,
in-laws, their relatives, their fucking kids. It'll be a psychosis of blood will wash over the world. It will. It's an unstoppable, because here's the thing, and the reason that'll happen is history has proven this to us. If you push the average good family man, the husband, and I mean this specifically, the husband, who's a good dude, who's just trying to take care of his kids and his wife and mind his fucking business and live his life, if you make that guy get up and go to war, like he's like, I cannot let this stand, right? And he goes and does that. The first person he kills is the good man he was. And he will make the world fucking burn, because he can never go back to that guy. He can never be that guy again. He's never going to have that family life. And every act of vengeance he takes out, even though he's going to say this is justified and we have to do this, will be in vengeance of the person that he had to kill first, which was himself. He had to burn his soul to come do this. And now he's got to live with this stain on his hand and the first stain on his hand. And now he's going to come back and he's not going to be the same guy he was to his wife or his kids. And the fucking world is over. So he's going to burn it all. And we've seen that throughout history and revolutions. We've seen that in civil wars. It is the worst of the things. It is the worst of the things.
It's Gladiator.
On steroids. It's the American Civil War. If you look into the atrocities that was, the bloodbath that was, and that was restrained. That was restrained, and that's because the soldiers in the South showed restraint. That's also why they lost. Like if you look at the true history of the battles, like in the book, there's a book called "The South Was Right," and it kind of details the history of the battles and whatnot as it went through. And you learn like fucking Abraham Lincoln wasn't the greatest president; he was a fucking terrible president. Yeah. He mass slaughtered his own people. There was 100 other ways to go to the table. Like we had to preserve the Union. If you have to force half the country to be here at gunpoint, you're no longer a Union. You're occupying territory, which is still occupied to this day. The vast majority of the property in the South is owned only by a few people in the North through various family trusts. Fucking the town I lived in, there's tens of thousands of acres that are owned by trusts out of Pennsylvania and Delaware, and have been since the Civil War. It was the first thing they snatched up, that and the mining rights.
Didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. What the war was really over was the agricultural and economic boom was in the South that the North didn't have. You know, you got, General Sherman marched to the sea. He did. He went behind enemy lines and he killed women and children and he raped the women and children and burned the farms a mile wide and marched all the way to fucking Atlanta. Right down into Savannah. Marched mostly through Tennessee. Like, well, he was an incredible general who won. No, he fought unarmed women and children, and his men raped and pillaged and stole. There was no army to meet them because they were all at the fucking battle lines.
Your face is stuck again.
Right.
That's so funny.
Did it freeze?
Yeah, it was frozen, and it was so funny. It was like your eyes were like, like they were open and closed at the same time. It was creepy.
Yeah, everything's a lie. That's my point, though. Everything in history is a lie. Yeah. Fucking everything.
Once again, I think it holds true every single fucking time we talk. But the more we know, the less we know.
Oh yeah, it's the less I want to know, right? Like no one. Look at the physicist, the astrophysicist, and the plasma scientist, the MIT guy and the Caltech guy that died. There's obviously, I believe my conspiracy theorist in me sees that and sees that there's strings that need to be pulled. I don't fucking want to pull them.
Yeah.
Because what are they looking at? Some kind of plasma technology entity void? You gonna tell me that space isn't real next? Like I'm fucking done. I don't want to know anymore. You know what I want to do? I want to hang out with my kids. I want to have a good time. I want to teach them how to use a combat shotgun when they get a little older because I don't know what the fucking AI is gonna do.
No,
true. They need something with punching power to shut down those fucking robot dogs. Yeah, it's and what really matters, like it's what's came into perspective for me. I don't know about you, but for me, is what really matters. You know, now that I'm older, what really fucking matters? Most of the things I thought mattered, I was wrong. They don't matter. I was dead wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. What matters is the time I can spend with my family, the happiness I can have with them. Giving forgiveness to people who maybe don't deserve forgiveness. You know what I mean? Trying to be understanding. Maybe try my best, which isn't very hard, granted, to be less of an asshole for sport.
It's a tough one for you. You're really reaching.
I'm trying. I gotta have a goal. Doesn't mean I ever get there, right? But
yeah, you may not. You may not.
Probably
but
not.
Hey, proud of you for trying at least.
Exactly. I like to think that.
I think another thing that's important is travel. Like not travel in the sense of like let's go party, and I just mean seeing the world. See the world while we can, because this is it. Like this planet is a beautiful, beautiful place.
It's huge.
There's so many amazing things. Like we've traveled to places that when we were in Colorado, We stopped on the side of the road and I lost my shit crying, just taking it all in. Like,
It's beautiful.
there's so much on this planet to. I hate the thought of people not being able to do that, but
When we were in Northern California several years ago, like one of my, like if heaven is a great memory, I mean, I have no idea what it is, but if it is, it's going to be this memory of me and my wife. Like there's two of them. One, we were in the Redwoods, like the Valley of the Giants, and we just pulled off the side road and it was a sandbar with the water coming through. And my two oldest kids were just, you know, a toddler, and we had an infant. No, my wife was pregnant. She didn't even have the third one yet. So they're just waddling around, you know, in the sand and the water, and we're surrounded by these giant, beautiful trees. And the other one was we took down this little mountain road, because California's great about that. I'll give them that. They give you access to be able to get to these beautiful places.
yeah.
And we're way up in Northern California, and we take this little side road down, and it goes down to the river bottom, and it's nothing but like evergreen trees and fucking mountains. And the river just bowling down, and it's cold as shit because you can see the snow it's coming off of, right? But we just got to stay down there, and we had a picnic, and the kids played in the water, and I walked out there with my feet getting cold or whatever. And it was a great day. It was magic. Like It was a magical day. And there's I agree with you. There's plenty of that. Like Lassen Volcanic Park, you know, there's snow. We're in the snow, yet there's a field of meadows, and there's this volcanic steam that's coming up, and there's nobody fucking there. It's just us. And I was like, this is fantastic. You know, this is amazing.
Yep.
This is amazing.
Driving around the island of Maui was amazing. Was one of the most surreal experiences I've ever had in my life. Yeah.
You drove by
Thailand.
Yeah.
Those islands off of Thailand there. Like that's just amazing. Like they're so beautiful, and it's gorgeous.
So when you were in Maui, did you stop by Oprah's? You drove by her property.
Actually, I'm not going to lie. We were cutting through because Maui's kind of like, almost looks like two balls sort of stuck together, a big one and a small one. And Lahaina was over on the small. So we didn't drive around that because it's all dry and everything was burnt. But she lives up at the top of that side of it. We did look. I was curious, like, where the hell does she live? How big is her property?
A couple thousand acres.
Oh yeah, she's got lots of property. Yeah. She's a huge.
Did you hear how she got it?
Yeah, it was dirty. I forget, but I know it was
she
dirty.
Paid like the local county, city, state people off instead of buying it, and they gave it to her at a song, so she didn't have to compete with anyone else. So what would have been a fucking $1 billion property, she paid $20 million for.
Oh, that sounds right.
Yeah, she's famous that way. She's famous for just fucking ruthless. That, and she on that speech about how if you're molested properly as a child, it can be good for you and them.
There's a lot of I haven't heard that. There's a lot of bad stuff about Oprah.
Oh yeah,
a lot of bad stuff about Oprah, which really makes me sick too. Because 20 years ago, I looked up to her as such a powerful. You know, times have changed, but 20 years ago, powerful Black women didn't exist like that, and she was a changer for people. You know, she was somebody to look up at. She was an icon. And to find out that it's all bullshit is just like, God, dog.
Her school in Africa and the girls getting raped and their children being snatched out after they're born and sold. Or her religious leader, John of God in Brazil, all the young girls he was raping and selling out people to rape.
I will say one thing, though, is somebody who has that kind of, who portrays themselves as such a motherly figure, somebody who's like taking care of and looking out for, to never have kids of her own, that says something. You're not a motherly figure if you have no desire to actually be a mother. Like that, and that always was weird to me. That's always a strange thing. Yeah,
strange thing, right? It's a strange thing.
That's why I say portray, because you're pretending to be a mom. If you're not really a mom, you're pretending to be a mom. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how they do it in real time. Like even Martha Stewart. You know, like Martha Stewart's interesting. She doesn't hide the viciousness to her too well, but it is interesting to see how her mind works. I was watching an interview with her, and she was talking about how shitty her first husband was who cheated on her. And the interviewer stops, says, but in your memoir, it says you cheated first and he found out, and then you guys worked it out, and then he couldn't live with it because apparently you kept cheating. So he fucking got a girlfriend. You flipped out. She's like, that doesn't seem like it happened. She's like, you wrote that in your book. She's like, oh, and it's kind of like
She's changed the narrator a little bit
or
over
she just doesn't
time.
give a shit anymore. Like there's when I went through my midlife crisis and I was feeling crazy guilty about fucking everything. One of the things, and I think I know I'd said this in an earlier episode, like the people who feel nothing, it's kind of a superpower. Like,
Oh yeah.
you're just rolling through and you just don't care.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't think you're human. Something's wrong with your soul. You should care. Like, the moment the empathy is gone, the moment there is no guilt, the moment that you don't feel bad, you know what I mean? You can't look back and be like, man, I could have handled that better. I could have been this. Like, I'm not saying you have to have this massive reconciliation, but there should be a pain of something, right? Because we're all human, allegedly.
And we all make mistakes, so we should be able
We
to
all fuck
acknowledge
up.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and be like, it is what it is.
Like, dang,
You
I
know?
shouldn't have said that. Dang,
Shouldn't have done that. I could
yeah.
have handled that better. I could have handled that better.
Yes.
Yeah, this is on me. This is on me.
Mhm.
Yeah, everybody fucks up. But I think people like her, they don't have it. Something in them is so broke and it's so gone and it's so far. It's scary because, like you said earlier, it's almost like they're not human. You're right, they're not. You know, maybe literally. I don't know that they are, but I think whoever's at the top of this food chain who's propagating this is doing their best not to be human. I think they breed themselves away from humans. You know, they're not interested in being like us. Like, you know, Macron, the president of France, he comes from these elite fucking families. He's probably married to his father, which is disgusting. I mean, there's a lot of things that are disgusting, that he's married to an old man that is also his father. And that he's a fucking Rothschild. That's who they are. It's really just these couple groups of people. Something's, and this is the thing. And I mean, I get that we're running a little long on this. It's longer than we normally do. But the question we have to start asking ourselves, maybe we'll address it tomorrow, maybe we won't. I don't know. It's a fucking scary thing. We know, we're pretty sure these things are fucking real. Now what?
Yeah,
what do
exactly.
we do?
Now what?
Now what? How can we resolve this and not let it get out of hand? Because it will.
I don't have the intelligence to figure it all out, but what I do have basically says this is a war or nothing changes. Because us, what are we going to do? We're not the ones in charge. They have their foot on our throats at every turn. I mean, January 6th is a great example. What they said happened. They controlled the narrative. You were there. You saw how the day went, but that is not the story that was told.
Correct.
Like, they control everything. And that's why I feel like, I don't know.
That's where I think that's where the hope is, though. Because it didn't stick. Very few people believe the January 6th bullshit. Like, there's a certain segment of the population that just goes
after a while. It took a minute, though. For a long time, they sure did.
Yeah, for a moment they did. Yeah, and then it's same thing like the COVID vaccine thing that snapped people out of it. Right. The more of this that gets exposed, the more noticing that there is, the more it can't be hidden. The less people are just to believe shit. So it comes to what can we do? Like, and this is the thing. I think individual actions at mass is what changed things for the better. I think if we want someone to come in and fix it, we're going to end up in a dictator situation. I often think the reason all this is getting out and getting us all worked up is because the people who actually rule the fucking world, the devils and demons that they fucking are, they want America to fall. They want us under someone's boot, and they're going to set all this up, and then they're setting up the problem because they already have the solution waiting. They're going to bring that guy in. Maybe that guy's J.D. Vance. He's their fucking boy picked from the beginning. He'd be a good one. People would rally to him. And the next thing you know, he starts taking more and more power and making more and more crazy actions. And fuck, you know, but we're at this hinged moment where what is AI going to do? What isn't it going to do? What are we going to do with power? Tennessee, we have so many fucking people moving here. We don't have enough electricity. Amy, we don't have enough electricity. If they don't do something in 18 months, we're going to have fucking rolling brownouts. We cannot have any more development. We're fucking taxed. Now that's probably an extreme estimation. I think it actually is. But I think 5 years out isn't crazy. If you don't have plans or have other power plants that isn't and understand like the Trump people that are doing this, they want these power plants, but they just want it to.
You're frozen, and I can't hear you. Hello? Bubba.